morning, my beautiful people. Good morning, my beautiful people. I hope you're doing well today on this good Monday. I wanted to come and check up on y'all. What the hell this? How for that can do this grass here? What they go on so? What kind of dirty nastiness this? What kind of dirty nastiness this? Me and them. How dog do the rich over here, so I'm not a dog. You see, I can't stand in dog carrying people here sometimes in a far, you know? Anyways, good morning, my lovely people. How are you doing? Bless my grandfather's soul. Thanks to all the condolences. He rested well. Judy, big up yourself. Miss Woolery, good morning. He rested in fine style. You hear me? My granddaddy rested in fine style. Fine style. You know, that man lived to see almost 90. I have to give God thanks for the legacy this man has left behind. My supporters, I see your messages, but I can't answer everybody's condolences. So I just leave everything. But I say I'm going to come on live and let you know I see your love and I see your support for me. I appreciate you. Listen, my granddaddy is gone in fine style. And I'm here to celebrate his life. You hear me? Him gone in fine style. The man do a work. And what he left is bigger than even his life. He left many lives impacted. He left, his children who have children and their children have children. The man left a legacy. You understand? Miss Joan, how are you? Good morning. Good morning. So I just wanted to first initially tell my supporters I appreciate your comments. I am not the type of person that responds all the time to comments. I don't go back and forth in comments with people, but I watch and I pay attention to some of your comments. And that picture I posted was only one of many. But I wanted to let you know the man rests in fine style. He went down 6 feet under with dignity. You hear me? He have people all over the world from all types of parts of the world that he has touched. And anybody who knows my grandpappy, he's coming from a long ways. The man used to cook a convention in my grandmama. Rest both of their souls now. And everybody else used to cook a convention and a church girl, we see them in the big pot, them in a big kitchen at sweat all in his young days. He had 11 children, which is a big lineage to create. Right now at this point, I will call him Abraham. The man, when they go on with himself, him and my grandma, when they go on with himself, and you can't say them never shot or nothing because they have 11 pitney. Right? So then come through a lot. They left a legacy and I'm grateful. Alright, so guys, beyond that, I just always wanted to make y'all know that I see y'all and I appreciate my supporters. I don't want y'all to ever think I don't see, and I pay much attention, even to my reoccurring people, the people that will rock with me from day one, A1. You understand? My bigger man them that trust my voice, the bigger man that see the journey we are on, and the people that I can learn from as I continue to grow as a woman into a more grown woman. Can I get all number for the cramp up? You know that go already, but we're in this journey together, and I just always want to take the time to appreciate you. Now, one thing I wanted to come on here and talk about is friendship. And I'm not going to linger on this, but I'm going to put a couple things in your ear, and I want us to think about the idea of friendship. When I came on social media, and I've been on social media a long time, but when I came on social media with a different agenda of, really garnishing an audience, speaking to a group of people with relatabilities like mine, people that's from similar culture, or even outside of my culture, people who we can, come together and do things. I didn't think of friendships per se, but I thought about genuine connections. I thought about, good morning, Miss Doden. I thought about genuine connections. Me and them can make how we can do things. And I want to know what you think about this as well. What do you think about friendship in social media? Do you think friendships in social media often turn out to be fake? Do you think you can gain true and genuine friends on here and keep them? What do you think about friendships on here? Do you think people should not become friends? It's a social place. But do you think people should become friends or stay sociable? Just sit there and just socialize. Don't, get too close to them. Don't do nothing. Don't do nothing. And the reason I ask is, I know social media is a very dangerous place, but I also know that there's real people on here. So I can't sit here and say everybody on social media is fake, because everybody on social media is not fake. But it is like a needle in a haystack. It's very hard to find people that are genuine. Because one thing I noticed even on social media since I've been out, there's people that used to be close and cool, and you and I watch them fall apart. You and I watch people that used to hug up and kiss up and, love up in them, thing, and all of a sudden then start cuss one another. Do you think people can sustain social media relationships? And if they can sustain it, what are some of the things they got to do to sustain it? Because number one, some of y'all need to learn to shut your mouth. Alicia, good morning. Alicia said, the way things are going, you can't trust people these days. Yes, period. Some of you need to shut your mouth. Miss Joy, my love, I appreciate you, honey. Because how is it you're going to keep a friendship if you have a good heart and you like somebody, or you say you love or respect or support a platform, and you desire to be friends with them, or you desire to be friendly? First thing, you got to show yourself friendly if you want friends. But my thing is, I don't understand. If you want to be friends, what is it that the first thing you're going to do when something, me and you, get in an argument, or me and get in a disagreement? Why is it that the first course of action on social media is to me air you out? Me put out text message, me put out voice note, me put out this, me put out that. Do you not know that that shows that you're the fakest of them all? When I sit back and I really think about it, and I say people that think that they're proving a point by putting out stuff, that actually make a person like me with the mindset I got look at you funny. Because if you did that with them, what are you going to do with me? People don't value communication anymore. You think social media is a proper way to communicate. You think social media is the way to communicate now, but it's really not. Having a one-on-one conversation is still a real thing. I know AIs are out there taking over, pretending to be human. But I'm going to tell you something. If we as a people don't get a hold of ourselves relationally, soon and very soon you'll be just like that AI. You have no emotions. You have no human connection. You have no socializing abilities. You're literally like a Robocop on social media. Your relationships are broken because they're only built on the media. So they don't have any substance to it. Your relationships can't last, because how can they last when there's no substance and no foundation? This is why some of y'all are so quick to air each other out. Because when you have curated a fraudulent relationship, you're fraud. Some of you only like people because them have some numbers. Good things I'm little, I'm not nobody. Because I like to be in the back. These people out here are so dangerous. It is beyond me. And the level of danger I see a lot of you walking in. You're so blinded, all because of numbers. I watch people that has businesses, has so-called established businesses and all these things. And they come on social media and are arguing back and forth every day with people. I don't understand it. These people sit back and have a reason to cuss everybody platform, bring down everybody platform, and as soon as somebody has succeed, they have a problem with it. I could never truly understand, if you're focused on your business and you're selling things, how is it that when other people are doing their business, you all of a sudden have a problem with it? Bad art. Bad art. The issue shouldn't even be in friendship. The issue is really the condition on heart. And then you have this bad heart, this dirty, nasty, drunkard spirit heart. I know you have it. And you go on like you don't have it. And then, instead of keeping it to yourself, you run around and tear down people's business. You run around and bad talk people. You run around and find a problem with people. Most of you that find a problem with people, you already done been to jail, you already done broke the law, you already done did all this stuff in your past, child. You ain't got no business coming for nobody. When we get a second chance to live our lives and we get a second chance to do better, none of us is perfect. We have all done things. Some of we depend on a jailbird. I've never been to jail, but I have a best friend that's a jailbird right now. She ain't never been in and out of jail, but when they clock her behind up in there, they gave her 17 years deep. So she a jailbird now. Some of you already been to jail 10, 15 times. And you still out here with the jail mentality. You still out here with that institutionalization mindset. It's like an institutionalized to stay in the same place. No matter how God I try push you out, no matter how God I try give you away, you ever find a reason to come and do something else. Your heart not clean. This is why the people them where you're friend with, and then you and them top ton friend now, and you and them argue every day. When you're the curate friendship and your heart not clean, the friendship not going to work. It's a matter of time, baby. It's only a matter of time before you turn against me. Let me tell you something. If I knew what I know now, there's people on social media I would have never had conversations with. Because sometimes you sit back and you think, I'm just trying to be genuine and be, open with people and give them a chance. Or you try to say, all right, even though this person might do a lot of bad things, may go see the good in them, and this and that. I really try to see the best in people because I hope that when you come to me, you come without an agenda, right? But it's sad to say that people come with agenda. You understand? People come with agenda these days. And a lot of us, we're not even spiritually aware. So we put aside the spiritual things and forget that we are more spirit than flesh. Because a lot of times, stuff that's happening to people, they're fighting a lot of things and they don't even know what they're fighting. So what they start doing, they start fight people. When the devil they juke you in your neck back with him fork, people they start fighting. So all of a sudden you start turning against your sister and your brother. We have to just come to a place to just really wake up. Me know money is good. Me know numbers is good. Me know notoriety is good for some people. And that they want to grow in business and so. And while it's good, don't sell your soul to gain it. That's what they do in Hollywood. You want to be a millionaire so bad. You want to be rich. God cannot make some of you rich because the moment you're rich, your life mash up. And a lot of you are so naive to the devices of Satan regardless. Because the same money, why you the beg God for, and the same money Satan are going to use bring you down. Because God knows in your heart, say your heart not clean, and you're not being driven necessarily by your business ideas, but you're being driven by that motive deep in your heart what say me want better than people. All the people them who used to go on and they better than me want to start have millions of dollars, so me can go show off on them and wear the brand name. God know your heart. And that's nothing going to can fool God, but God know your heart. Some of you, I want to grow my business. I want to be rich. Honey, you don't want to be rich because of the business. You don't want to be rich because you want to show up on Pookie and Nookie and Juki and Suki down there. So, God now make you rich. Thank God for the grandmothers that are still praying for you. Because some of you would be dead right now if the blood of Jesus was not over you. Because your mama's still praying for you. Even though you're running from God like a track team. I know about running from God. Look at me. Don't I look like a runner? I tell you I'm a sprinter all my life. I told you every school I go in, I'm the fastest girl in every school, including America. I took my team to states the first year I ever did track. Trust me, if I was supposed to become a track woman, you understand? It wouldn't be no competition because we like to compete. Jamaica people are good. You got a gift, you use it and you move on. You give God glory. So I'm a runner in the physical. But in the spiritual too. Because over the years, as I grow and I mature, I look in my life and I say, God, I've been running from me for a long time. Child, I've been running. With God there. Me gone. Me don't want God catch me. Me don't want God catch me. Me run. God don't catch me. Jesus. God not catch me. I run from God, your fart. God, let me alone. Me know see you real, but Jesus Christ, me live out of club life now. Don't wind up myself. Hey, the rapture, God. Oh, you go on, so God. Let me just go on. Hey. Enjoy myself. I'm a runner. So, a lot of things I talk to you guys about, it is because I've been there. People are not living that lifestyle all again. Half of you don't even know what your 12-year-old daughter is facing. Some of you have sons at 12. 11 and they're going to school involving things you have no clue about. The generation is not the same like it was when me and you grew up. The kids are experiencing things that they should never experience, but at an older age, at a very young age, they're enduring some hardship. You have to wonder. When you look on the kids them today, if you look at their face, most of them look older than their age. Life beat them in the dirt. They stress what they go under. They look past on the 20-year-old people, you think them are 40. And for who and breed and who they have all kind of pitney because they're always trying to find love. One thing people always trying to find is love. And especially poor people, because when they don't have water and bread and rice and chicken for them, they will have sex. Let me tell you, you ever notice in some remote area in Africa, people are breed up and hard, they don't have nothing, they still are breed up and have the man knows pitney them. Because no matter how life is bad, love ever they keep. Love ever they keep. Somebody said, I just spoke this on the phone. I don't want to sow simi. I just want to do charity, build schools, and do missionary work. No showing off from me. God must get the glory. Absolutely. Being a Christian, you can dance. Remember David, my dance. David dance all the time. Yeah, me tell you something. Me always dance. Me's a dancer. Even at church, me always dance. I love to dance and stuff like that. Dancing is a good thing, depending on what dance you do. Of course, you want to be appropriate. We're not going to bring no word dancing a God thing and try to pollute the thing. Yeah, so when I like to dance. I love to dance in church when church singers sing. I love it. It's who I am. I got vibes. God made me this way. I'm not going to act like God and make me this way. God give me vibes and give me energy. It's my personality type. I'm an extroverted personality type, right? However, even with what God has given you, there is balance and control in all things. And that's where wisdom comes in. You learn about what's appropriate. You learn about what's inappropriate. So, what I was saying is, guys, I want us to consider our motives. I don't want anybody to even reach out to me if your heart ain't clean. I don't waste conversations anymore. I will not waste my breath speaking to people that does not have a genuine spirit. It's a waste of time. You understand? People are out here dying. People are out here suffering. And you're going to sit on the phone to gossip with me about something else. I don't have time for it. If you're not coming with yourself, don't come. If you're not coming with God, don't come. Because all I need to help me in my life are God. Because even myself can't save myself. Because I look at myself and say, self is too terrible and wicked sometimes. God alone can do it for me. You understand? So I won't even come with myself. Because the flesh can be petty, the flesh can be sinful, the flesh can curse, the flesh can do, me can disappoint them, could have hurt with my lips, them could have do anything. You understand my words? But you see me coming at the love of God, and me come with a genuine spirit, then I am more apt to listen. I am more apt to pour love. I am more apt to do the right thing. And this is why we really have to clean up with foundation. We really have to clean up with life. We have to intentionally start working on ourselves. Because a lot of us, because we acknowledge the Lord, we say God, 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 it's not enough. Religion will not get you but to the water, but it will never cause you to drink. Yes, your mama tell about God, your grandmama tell about God, all these people tell about God. But it's going to be about you and him. Personally. Their salvation and their prayer, baby, ain't go. They might have impacted you, but it's not going to put you nowhere. You understand what I'm saying? And a lot of us think we can sit here and be on our high horse because you got Sunday service, you're singing just with a nice clothes and a hat on, so that you're going to make it through heaven's front door. And the rest of people that wear the short shorts and the wig, them, or whatever you equate Christianity to, because half of you are so religious, you're not even relational with God. Because the moment you see somebody in a shorts, you can't remember their soul again. You just think about the short shorts because you have no balance in the things of God. I grew up in that culture. I grew up in that religion. I can speak out of my belly bottom about the idea of modesty, and when God in his word mentioned our woman should be modest, right? And modesty doesn't mean you got to have the skirt at your ankle. No, it doesn't mean that. But a lot of you have pushed that agenda as though the long skirt will save you and get you into heaven's door, because as long as you're modest, that's God's way. As long as you're modest, that's God's way. You know, and most of the times, if you pay attention, a lot of these dress codes was put on women in a more harsh way than it is on men, which makes it a very sexist. Women are always seen as a lower vessel and men as a higher vessel. While I understand that men are stronger vessels, men are protectors, men are the leaders of the house, and I expect him to do his job. Right? However, the woman is just as capable of doing certain things. She's just as blessed and gifted by God. Right? And if she has no husband, she has to protect her own house, right? Because these days we cannot find no good husbands. These days we cannot find no men of dignity because the world provides too much sexualizing of women. So the man don't want to buy the cow. He wants to receive it for free. So it takes a man that knows down in his belly bottom that he wants a wife, a woman that will bring the best out of him, a woman that will push for the dignity in him when he already have in his belly, a woman that will bring out that light when he always want to shine, a woman that will not go on the street and embarrass him, vice versa. Because now this man will be dignified and he will be walking proud because he knows the woman he has in his house cares and bears his children. And now he knows when he go home at night as a man and as a leader, he respects and loves his wife. So he has no problem going home from work and rubbing her feet, even if she hadn't worked all day. But she turns right back around and she said, baby, because I love you so much, let me rub your back. It is an equal transaction. A lot of you got this theory wrong about marriage, about God. When you love somebody the right way, the real way. We're not talking about the fraudulent way, the way you go read up in one book, somebody tell about it. I'm talking about you will sacrifice your life for this thing. How many husbands will jump in front of a bullet for their wives? Many. How many wives will jump in front of a bullet for their husbands? Many. How many will do it for their children? Many. What will God do for us? And we are imperfect and sinful. What will he do for us? Come on. If you as a parent in your human nature, you're limited, you're not rich. Some people rich, but say you're not rich, you don't have everything, and you do your best by your child. You will give the last food and bread now if you're suffering and you die and let that child live. What more would God do for you now? The King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, the creator of the heavens now. What will he do? That is why he was the only one worthy to die for us since Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Good people, but they could never be worthy. They're good people. All the prophets, all the people God used, good people. But guess what? They still wasn't worthy and will never be worthy. That is why he had to create his own plan. For the people he created, us. He didn't create all this for us just to sit in war, vengeance and unforgiveness. He create man for man serve him. The reason why the earth has become the way it is, people, be mindful, is because of sin. When you think even of those who walk with Christ, you have all kind of church. This is a church of Baptist, yeah? Pentecostal, yes, sir. Lutheran, yes, sir. Catholic, yes, sir. Jehovah Witness over there, sir. Mormon over there, sir. Tonta, Danda, Shanda, Randa, all of the kind of them. And I said, oh my God, do you really think for a second that was God's intention? Separation, like, do you think that that's God's way? No, it's not. But you see, people, when they want to pick and choose, that's how those religions are created. I'm going to choose the sides of God's word, and I agree with this side, but I'm not going to use that side. We want to take a piece of God, but we don't want to take all of him. It's okay. We're human. We can talk about it. Some of you won't speak the truth, but I'm here to tell you because I've been there, done that. You understand? A lot of us, we want God. Yes, you say I should, do this and do that. Oh, husbands, love your wife as Christ loved the church. You remember God tell you to love me like a Christ loved the church. But you're not going to remember the rest of the scriptures, is you? You can tell your husband all them stuff when you're in an argument. But you ain't going to tell about a wife that's supposed to submit to her husband. How you going to talk about that? Vice versa. Wait a minute now, lady. I don't give a rat's behind if you've been married 10 years. When you get no argue with your man, you want to come use scriptures. But remember, you can't play with me. I play on a play me. When I come to ramp with me today, me come with the deepness. Only who understand knows it. Me mature people don't come to the front of the line. You see we love play games. We know ourselves. And you see the moment we start become real, and so we can meet God. I know so sometimes we feel unworthy. Yeah, guilt and shame, sin. You know, and it does withhold us from going to the Lord the way it does. Because as a young person, I carry that burden sometimes in my heart about things in my life. Then I'm like, God, I really need you to really help me because this thing is really weighing on me, or this thing is a burden in my life, right? And when you think about these things, you know, you look back in the scriptures and see who had a thorn in their side. Who had an issue that they asked the Lord, please, if you could take this thing, you know, from me, you know, it would be good for God take with some of the good thing there. But sometimes God make you juke in your side and what it so. Because if you're not juking in your side and what you're going to get too cockatoo. He has to have something there that you will keep coming back to him for help with. If God makes us all perfect and he takes all our problems away one day, will you really go to him and serve him after that? Will you continue to praise him after that? Some of us have got some thorns in our side. I can lift my hands because I'm going to be honest. God, you know, I got about 10, 20 of them. God, you see my hand. Me not hide and chat. But to sit there and pretend like you don't is where the problem comes in. When you fear the Lord a lot, you're ashamed to go to him when you sin. But we have to push through. Great encouragement. Pushing through. I did a message the other day and Majesty shared it out and some other platforms. Shout out to Majesty. And it got a lot of views and it was like a 10-minute video. And I was really encouraging people not to give up. I don't know if you see that, Kay, prophetic. But I was encouraging people to push through that, those thoughts. Same thing I was saying as you've written there. Push through those thoughts because I am a woman that often struggles with certain things just the same way, right? And I always have to, sometimes I have my moments, I'm like, God, you got to help me. You just got to help me, God. Like, I can't do it. I can't keep going. You know, you start feeling these things in your life and you can't pretend like you don't struggle or you're not feeling, you're not going through these things. But the fact is, when we have created such a atmosphere of war, and the devil has blinded our eyes now to say you can't trust nobody in the world, even though God still has a ram in the bush. We now isolate ourselves because of what has happened, but yet now we close our eyes to the people God has called us to connect with. So now you truly can't do what God has called you to do because you're not connected to the right people. And when you're not connected to the right people, you stay stuck. And when you stay stuck, you're like a duck. Do you understand? Connection is a part of the body of Christ. How dare you think you're an island by yourself? How do you walk with Christ when he has never called you to be separate? You've already got into the church and creeped in and created 10,000 religion. Jesus Christ, tired of the religion them. He already crept into the church and manipulated people to use authority and status to act like they're better, to take the glory of God and put it on themselves. People come and they're dressing these things as though they're God, taking the glory, putting attention on themselves. I said, me not tell us you can't dress in a church. I look beautiful and amazing. But a lot of people go to church. You ever pay attention to somebody sitting them when in a Catholic church? And how them a burn incense in a God house? And how them a go on and they serve and they hey, don't start. Me got an ignorant for them something here, you know. And you see the glory and the king chair where they put him in and the high sitting upon his head. You give glory to a man? Or probably when a corner, juki jam and hey. A man that is a sinner like you and I. A man that if you shoot him, he bleed like you and I. A man that if you tap into him probably because of one big bad word. You understand? And they give glory to these people above God. Pay attention. Any church that they go and the pastor get too much glory. Watch yourself with them. I don't care if they're speaking a shongo, dongo, shongo, longo, songo. Me say, a form of godliness but denying the power thereof. A lot of you sit back and you take the power and you think you're somebody. When God backs you down, now run call, send call we. Because we're not coming. That's what I'm telling you all the time. You know, I look for numbers and views and I look for the truth. You know, I've got to lift me down to us so because enough of the word of me I preach and God give me a feel me too. So me now out of no river over there so away from who no go on like me a pope and me a this and me a that. Me in the barrel dash me down the hill with the wall road down drop. in a God hand. And down there, if we have to roll and drop down, back down there so, in a river bottom there so, with God and God we drop down the pan, and just that. You understand? Because at the rate that things are going, a lot of you might not be watching world news, you might just watch Jamaica news, but you got to watch the world news, you want to pay attention to what they galang. Lord Jesus. All I know I have farmland. I want to live in a good area. I'm going to encourage all of my natural farmers and people who have land. Plant your crop. Start planting your crop then. Start to plant your crops. Raise your chickens and stuff if you can. Because some of those people that are doing things like that will be better off in the end. Best believe it. A lot of you are run off, come on, foreign life. This place is Babylon. This place leads you from God. And most of you, when you come here, you're walking with the Lord, you turn away, taught the truth. This is not a place of gifts or talents per se only. But it's a place where the enemy run rampant. And and the people in the society does not fear God like that. And even though God has his remnant around, because he always does, this society is not the top society anymore. Pay attention to world news. There's a new currency that will be coming out soon. There's a new world order that will be coming out soon. It is not secret and I'm not making it up. It's on the news. A lot of us, we have heard about these things when we was children. You understand? We was children. But the word of God is coming to pass right in our face in a time that social media is hot and burning. So a lot of you can never say you never heard the gospel. You never see it. Even the people in weird tribes in Africa will be seeing the word of God. Why? Because they have phones now. So all them people that they watch preaching that they never pay attention to and the word that they scroll past on social media, they can never say they never heard Jesus. Listen, let me tell you something. Every man will have an opportunity. God is not a fool. And however it is going to be, it is going to be. If it's through social media that the word come to you and you reject it, that is on you. You will never be able to say you have never heard the word. And for people like us who encourages and uses the word, our lash will be many. Because you preach the word. Yet, you fall into a ditch and the person you preached the word to saved. Let us not be those people either. Let us not just speak these things anymore, but let's be about these things. And this is why, back to friendship and relationship, as I mentioned in the beginning of this live, is we have to curate relationships that are genuine now because we need each other. There's people that needs to hear your words. You think it's simple. Yesterday, pastor preached and pastor said something. And pastor said, all I know, you walk with God or whatever and this and that. And you never preach the word of God to nobody or tell nobody about God. And you're sitting on that airplane and every opportunity you have had in life that you have never preached. When we are being judged, you're going to be judged for it. Every time you was in a taxi and somebody next to you could have heard the word and you sat there and vexed up your face because the taxi went hot. And you didn't take a chance to remember Christ in that moment. We will be judged for everything that we have never done that we should have done. So you see, when you're busy worried about somebody's business on social media, you should go worry about your soul. Because the danger that our souls are in right now is bigger than what you and I face out here. What is going on out here is nothing compared to what hell go off away. Where the fire don't quench and the worm them not die. Believe it or not, you want to think an Nancy story. Think an Nancy story all you want. Think it's a Nancy story all you want. Because it's so funny how people can go to space. And they can go to space and all these other things. They can create a machine to bear a child. And they can create fake plants and grow real fruits and do all these amazing things. But they can't heal AIDS. They can't heal herpes. They can't heal cancer. Don't let them fool you. Do not let them fool. Are you guys following me on Instagram? Because I share a lot of powerful things on Instagram in my story, and I need y'all to be following me because y'all need to be watching these things. A lot of things they will not do, because if they heal you, honey, that's like you take all the money out of the pharmaceutical industry. The fact is, it's a lot of people have cures for things, but they will keep you coming back. It's just like when you have acid reflux and they give you that Famatide, and then they go and give you the other dang, what the name of is it Flomax or whatever the heck it's called for your stomach, knowing darn well that thing causes another problem. The doctors know this, but they will not stop giving you the things that cause you another issue, because they're here not to make you well, honey. If you and I are well, honey, they won't have a job, sweetheart. They won't have a job, baby. And a lot of you want to sit there and think that these people are not together in this. There are judges and lawyers and all these top chat people where they put people in a jail for drug addict and all that. And they are the same one going home to smoke the drugs. They're the same one that are pedophiles. They're the same one in secret societies, underground missions and organizations where they do all kind of something and sleep and do all kind of sexual things. Remember, the word of the Lord talked about these things. We look at the society we're living in now, a bunch of polygamy relationships. People just doing orgies. Remember Sodom and Gomorrah? God, if there's 5, maybe 10 Jesus, God, all right, God, if there is 3, 1, God, even if I want to look. All right, God said, all right, if there's one there, go. All right, I'm going to see what done there. Save them. In that whole place, Sodom and Gomorrah, God could barely find anybody worthy. And when the angels of God went down into that devilish place where the men wanted to sleep with these angels of God, now I'm assuming these angels of God were not in their glory, of course, but more so look like men. Right? So we know that angels are spiritual beings, right? So now they're in men form. And these people in the Sodom and Gomorrah place wanted to sleep around with them. Bring them out so we can rape them. What was it that happened after that? Who did he go to rescue? While they were there, he said, no man, take my daughter them. Take them, they're virgin, take them. This man was willing to give his own daughters to these raper man, wicked people. LGBTQ. Because that was what that was. They didn't want to sleep with the females. They wanted to sleep with the man. It was specific. Right? But they didn't want to just sleep with a man to say, I want to date you or anything in that regard. It was violation. They wanted to aggressively violate these so-called men that they thought it was. But what did the angels do? They struck them with blindness. How dare you? Men are so bold in their sin, they won't even be able to tell when the presence of God is around. And that is the place that the world is pushing us all to be. Don't care about the sin. God accept with the way he is. Do your thing, man. And we have all done that. But in the back of your head, when you're real with the Lord and you're real in your heart, you know certain things start to convict you. You know darn well that thing over there, God ain't pleased with it. I will not mingle with such things. Destruction is not my portion. God knows in the back of our head, those who are raised up in true religion, because if a man has religion and he can't bridle his tongue, his religion is in vain. Religion has its place, but a lot of you don't understand the place of religion. You have used religion to parade people. You have used religion to kill people. Because in all different countries, they kill people for religion. Oh, yes, they do, baby. Oh, yes. In the name of God. In the name of their God. In countries, they enslave people for religion. They lock people up for religion in different places, of course. Don't ever get it twisted. Don't ever get it twisted. The other day, I see a video I think on either YouTube, where in one of these countries, Dubai, this one trucker girl, she went to visit Dubai or whatever, and she yelled at a guy because a guy, something went wrong with a rental car or whatever, and the guy was yelling at her, and she yelled at the guy. I don't know if she knew the rules, but in that country, females should not be yelling or can't yell in public like that. So she got locked up. The girl's been in jail for 2 months now. Let me tell you something, for yelling. If somebody can go to jail for yelling, what do you think they're going to do in other places for the name of Jesus? In America, there's a lot of freedom. This is why this place is like Babylon. That's true. I keep telling people the doctor killing people of that is how they make their money. And it's absolutely, that's why I say you got to be careful of the doctor you even have. Don't let them give you a bunch of pills and you just take them. Let me tell you that right now. You go to God about your sickness and you also go to your doctors, right? But you pay attention. You don't let the doctor put nothing upon you, drop nothing upon you. Advocate for yourself. Stand up for yourself. Don't sit there and let somebody stand for you. You understand what I'm saying? So a lot of you sit there and you let people fight for you. Advocate for your own health. If you're not comfortable with your treatment and the way the doctor's attitude is and the way the doctor is moving, I think that you definitely need to not be there. Pray about things. Tell God, you know, God, if this is not the right doctor, you know what I'm saying, show me. Give me the vibes. Let me feel it inside. Let me understand when you're speaking to me. Because we have got to start asking God for a lot of things easy. I'm very sorry. We're coming to a point now in society that if you don't have no guidance from God, I mean, honestly, you get dragged down into the pit like everybody else. You become like everybody else. You're doing everything like everybody else. You good? You're doing everything like everybody else. I mean, I tell you, say, it looks sweet, it looks pretty. I mean, I tell you, say, it's nice out here in our world. But every time you do, and you get so caught up, you find yourself so empty. Why are people still cracked out, drugged out after they win the millions that they wanted during their career? A lot of you don't, and you're not aware that people are selling their souls for a career. And a lot of you, somebody brought this to my attention the other day, a lot of you scammers in Jamaica too. So this happened with somebody in my community, allegedly. They do that lifestyle, they make money, they do their thing, they have all kind of so much car, toro. And the person always, they go there, they deal in the other business and so on, all kind of something to get the money. And the person walk up on the naked at cemetery and do all kind of toro. And the boy, they walk around and they say, you know, and all is still 30, live past 30. He might want another one, allegedly. 2 tools, wraps up, boop. The way how he mash up. The way how the boy mash up. On his birthday. The way how the accident happened. It just look well up your out and well set up and well everything and well. We're not going to do tonight. But it look the way how he went sick before he died. And I'm going to tell you something. You see, when you mix your hand in a things and you sell your soul for a timing. You sell yourself for riches. You sell yourself for wealth. Let me tell you, the enemy is coming back to reap what he has given you. When God has not given it to you, Mr. Samana to licky and nyame. I prefer to be poor and die than to be rich and without a soul. So the boy knew, and he must speak it long time, saying I live past 30. Whatever he did, whatever deal he made, that was the deal. When the 30 come, the way the accident happened, it was so brutal. And nobody else died. But him and the next person were in that. And the death that they suffered was so gruesome. Every bone in one of them body broke. Every single bone. Every single bone. Everyone. And the other person, they will let them head must mash off. Let me tell you something right now. Let me tell you something. If you think the enemy is playing with you, he's come to kill, steal, and destroy. A lot of you joke around and you think a joke thing. It is real. Those words are true. In come to you hear me I tell you? Steal and destroy. And now you're talking the truth. That is why I don't take the pill them. I pray to God to show me the best way to keep taking care of myself. All 206 bones. It will bone broke up. It will body walk water. Everything broke up. That is how bad the accident was. The car roll up. The car in get pinned in the car. allegedly, and they roll over, whatever the story is, and they roll over. Because I give you the scenario, I mean, I give you the complete details. But the way how the accident happened, right, it broke up everything in him. Everything in him. I have nothing left. But that person, the story before that, they were dealing in some spiritual things. And they keep walking and say they're not live past the 30-year-old. They're not going to live past it. And they didn't live past it. And the things you speak out of your mouth, you think it don't impact people. The things we sit and talk about, we think it doesn't impact people. Or even our own lives. You have authority in your tongue. We're made in the likeness of God's image. That means you have power to speak a thing and it come to pass. That's why you got to be careful how you speak to your children and your loved ones. When you keep telling that child in workless and in turn workless, why are you mad about it? You are the one who spoke that into the atmosphere and spoke that into existence. You can't be mad at that workless child that you spoke up. You're the one who spoke. This is why it's important for us to speak those things that are positive, are good. Speak life. Speak prosperity into yourself. Speak truth. That is why we have to stop tell lie and we have to stop manipulate. Been there, done all those things myself. This is why I can come now. We can talk about these things. Hopefully, a lot of us are going to become more open with this platform to share. Because I know there's a lot of people here that has things to share. And I tell you, I want people that are serious about touching lives. I don't want you to think that you just come sharing your business with us. No, I want you to share because you know that your story is impacting. I want you to share because you know that somebody's life can be changed by your experience. I don't want you just willingly sharing just because your business is on, you're going to put your business on social media. No, we want somebody to know that they can be blessed. A lot of you spend all your years being talked down on. Till this day you are insecure because all your years your own mama talked down on you and you became an insecure adult. Now, I shared an interview on my page a few minutes before I came live. And it's only a 46-second clip that I took out of an interview I have on YouTube I did a while ago with my friend. And he talked about some of his insecurities that he dealt with. And the reason he was an adult with those insecurities is because he was never dealt with as a child. So I'm letting y'all know, if we don't start dealing with our crap is going to deal with us. And this is what we consistently see on places like social media, where we cannot control our anger, we cannot control our attitude, we cannot forgive, we cannot do nothing, because what? We are now being controlled by what we've been through. Somebody done hurt you 25 years ago, but girl, you so hurt by that one thing that Pookie said, that you know darn well what Pookie said didn't bring that much heat. But since Pookie said it, and you've been through hella things from your childhood, you done rolled up a fire in the bottom of your belly for Pookie and hit Pookie over the head with that fire. Listen, Pookie didn't deserve that fire. All Pookie said was that your shoes was ugly. But you rolled up with a ball of fist and punched the crap out of Pookie. I want to know where the anger came from. I want to know where the issues came from. That we respond to things in a way that it is sometimes unnecessary and is not related to the issue at hand. A lot of us, we are carrying emotions from childhood. And when people say to the things that nobody are going to better than people, y'all need to grow up. Grow up and smell the coffee. When people coming out here to encourage and to build and to empower, you need to receive the cup that they're giving you because it is out of love and care. Some people don't give a rat's behind about you to encourage you into nothing good. And when somebody come to do it, it is nothing but them offering of themselves. Be thankful that there's somebody still out here caring. Because the world is a bitter place today. The world is a bitter place and nobody cares about anybody anymore. People don't want to care about your kids. They will see your kid die and save their own kid. We should all care about each other's kid. My kid shouldn't be better than your kid. Your kid couldn't be better than my kid. The community doesn't raise our children anymore. But if we're intentional, we can go back to me looking out for you and you looking out for me with a right intention. Chatters, we have a lot to learn. We have a long way to go. But I know together we can be better. It is so true. My sister, the EPA pill, all they do is cause more sickness right now. I am in pain from tablet. I am in Jamaica. I am telling you, Miss Ansela, Malcolm, my God. Best of yourself, Audrey, honey. Altia, sweetheart. How are you, darling? Let me tell you something. Be careful of the pill them. I kill them, I try to kill beer out there. I mean, I say every pill bad, come on. But I tell you, go back to the roots them. A lot of you, no, you be smart. Do not be a woman of wisdom and a man of wisdom. Because some things you have to take your medication for. If you have high blood pressure and certain things in your family line, and those little curse will really come down in your family. For everybody, mama used to have it, grandmama have it, grandfather have it, mama have it, father, sister, you need to pray about it, but also make sure you take your blood pressure medication. And also, when you are trying to be healed from those things, you need to do the diet. God cannot heal you when you still drink up the things that make your pressure high and you still name up the salt them. A lot of us want help, but we are not willing to do the work. God can heal you from anything, and there's a lot of remedies out there in the earth, in the roots. What can help you all away when it comes to sickness? And then we know what it is. They don't want us to know the thing that we're supposed to drink up. So when you're done, drink up your clean roots them. And drink up a thing them to clean out your body. Get the natural things back again. Right now, I wish say, God, give me one house with land panning because I'm ready to plant my thing. Right now, chicken I'm more. I want to go back to a place where I raise a chicken. I never raise chicken in my life. I never raise fowl and chicken. Never grow up in them in my life. There. You understand? But there are people who do it before many times. And my grandfather was a farmer. You understand? And me see my grandfather do so much. But I want to go to a life right now, honestly, where I have my own chicken, brother. I have my own plant them. I not even want. I could have a soursop tree in a year, I have it around there. I could have any little thing from Jamaica, little plant them, I get my little house and I have a little land. I ask God to give me a house with land. I plant my thing and become one top gas store go buy this them. Because I know I'll fake up in them and give it. Right now at this point, everything fake, everything fake. They pop them here, drink them, put pear coloring. The ketchup where they use them, put all kind of sitting night. And when you see the comparison of American food and Canada food or American food and food over other places, the ingredients is varying and it is not good. I be a high fructose corn syrup and all them fat them I put in a food. The killer for pitney. All the pedia show them and pedia light and all them something. Sometimes when I look for the ingredient, brother, them have too much synthetic this and toro. People, these things are adding to our health conditions such as cancers, womb issues as females, pH balance problems, brain fog problems. We in our head, it come like sometimes you can't remember things. You can't this. The food where you nyam. We have to really go up on a fasting, you know. We have to really go up on a fasting and clean up this corrosion out of way. That's why even recently I start changing the way I eat because I somebody used to love me like orange pop. And when I come to find out about the orange pop and the difference, I say to myself, I'm rotted. I'm read the back of this and I say, I'm born to kill, they're not even use the real sitting. They're not using natural things, I'm a foreigner like that. And they're not really using natural things. I mean, I say everything says so. No, you can buy things, but you have to pay attention to what you buy. You understand? You can't get this sitting them natural again. Everything I make up now. They even make steak in a lab, people. They have fake meat now, people. I try to tell you now the levels where they go to now. And a big thing now. It is now going to be approved by these people for your damn fake meat where they make in a lab and then cook in a lab and no real meat, people. Them come and then put some cells together and curate this meat and you don't know which cell and that cell and then it go in your body and you don't know your body. I respect me. I tell you, man. You understand? May I tell you, it is no joke. And a lot of us want to sit back and act like these things don't exist. It's a name every day and a fat up every day. When you come to America, you can't lose weight and I wonder why. How you work out, because everything we are name, even the things that we think now have an issue in it, have stuff in it, you pay attention to what you're eating. That's why I name all them. When I see America, me just stop from doing it, brother. Me stop from doing it because I realize even how it make my body feel sick. Sometimes you hear your belly is sick or you say, what they want? You know, this is food where you am. So I want to encourage you upon that to just watch where you eat because they're killing us out here. I tell you now, and you're picking all the baby. People they sitting them in the baby food. You have to be careful. Breastfeed if you can. Do your best for breastfeed your pitney. Breastfeed your pitney the best you can. You understand? And if you cannot breastfeed a child, you understand? Do what you have to do, but be careful of what you use to feed your child with. Some pitney are dead from formulas and all these things. Some things are recall, some things have things that I pay attention to where I give your pitney. Then development is very important. I may tell you. And I saw the pitney them start get all kind of problem from childhood, and that's why enough of them are pitney, you know, they look like Hulk when they reach 12 years where you have to think of one 40-year-old woman. Or what in the food make the pitney them and look so people. When we did name the growing provision them back in the day, we name the fat and buzu and look so and look mash out and broke down. Skin dirty and look highly because of the dirty food and when we eat with deeper chemicals in it, it make your face all a bump up. Ferrated. Make all the skin a black. You have to say, but what they going on my face? They don't mean us any good. But let us mean each other good chatters, okay? It's your girl, Anika, and it is Chit Chat TV, because over here we have the Heart Talk, Real Talk Conversations. If you're here and you have not yet shared the live, I would really appreciate it if you do. Guys, I did an interview the other day, and I was very and highly disappointed that my supporters did not even go over there and really share my live. Now, we talked about, you know, me and Sister Sandra talked about her story with drugs and how it affected her life. And I really think that's a pretty important interview. So if you didn't get a chance to see that interview, scroll down back on the page and watch that little interview. We were just sitting at the church together and we just talked a little bit. She has much more to share. But at a point in the interview, she was starting to choke, and I didn't want to continue the interview, to, you know, out of respect. If somebody's choking on the line on there while you're live, I'm not going to keep questioning them while they can't speak, right? But please take a moment and a chance to go watch that interview, and please share that interview out. I would really also appreciate my true and genuine supporters. If you're not subscribed to me on YouTube, even though you watch me here, I would like for you to go over there and subscribe to me there as we grow that platform as well. Don't forget, when you're here, these things are important to us. While we're not here for numbers and money, we're here that others may hear our voice. Don't keep it for yourself, but also allow other people to be blessed by the message we put out. All right, I love you and I appreciate it. Once again, if you don't have me on Instagram, go on over to ChitChatTV_ on the gram. Subscribe to me on YouTube. If you're here and you're not in the Chatters Mob group, where we share a lot of content, please, I see a lot of you sharing other content, but don't forget to share the content creator that actually owns that platform. All right, so I really appreciate you guys this morning for joining our live. Very interesting conversation. Thank you for keeping the comments going, and I just thank all my true and genuine supporters who are here and the ones that are in the back that are busy doing their thing. Guys, I love you and I know you love me. Don't worry that you have not been on the channel in a minute. We have lives. Things happen. Some people have school. I was in school for a long years. I just graduated. Glory to God. I know there's supporters on here still that are in school and doing the hard work. Don't think Chit Chat feel anyway. I love and I respect y'all, and that's all that matters. And when you get time again, rally back on the platform and let us know what's been going on with you. I grew up with my grandparents. That is why I don't eat anything. I miss my grandparents so much. Oh yes, Juliet. I can imagine. I can imagine. Beverly, how are you, sweetheart? Everyone over here this morning. I don't know if I miss anyone, but if you're here and I missed you, Cash, I see you. Miss Amory, I see you, honey. So that make me can't. It's sitting here always weird, you know. Delia, Rhonda Brooks, everybody, majority. You know something I like on Facebook. Let me tell you something I noticed about Facebook. I go tell you something I noticed about Facebook. I'm done now. I like. Sorry guys, when I talk and I realize I mute the mic. Last thing, like me say, when me on Facebook sometime, Facebook do this weird thing. Like the other day me do the live and I say Majesty come up on the live. Majesty was not the first person to comment on the live, but while I was on my live I didn't see nobody else's comment. The only person comment came up at first was Majesty. But when I went back and watched the live, there was like 3 other people before Majesty. So I said to myself, why does Facebook don't show me who is on my life first? Because one thing about me, me not play them game, you know. Me not gonna skip my support of them and say I to Majesty first if Majesty is not the first person there. You understand? I mean, I want nobody to feel say I am like that. And shout out to Majesty, this is not against him. I'm just saying Facebook do a thing where it will just show me like, say, Alicia. But before Alicia start, Joan went there. And Marilyn went there and Miss Woolery went there, for example. You know what I say? I mean, I see them. Only time I see it is when we go back and watch the dead live. Me don't know why it do that. It do that a lot of times. I mean, I like it. Because I like me supporter them to know that when you're here first, and you mean I'm going to skip over your so and gone. And a lot of times I'm not becoming I read the comment, but a lot of times me I look for the first person who comment and me go back me say I never you me see first. You know, Facebook does shit. I can't take them. I tell the truth. Sometimes Facebook give me nerves. You know, but shout out to all the platforms here that support me. Majesty, everybody, everybody that's doing what they do, you know, using their gifts and their talents. You know, the work that I see Majesty been doing, it's just immaculate. You know what I'm saying? The levels of creativity behind that work. And I'm saying to do your business, you got to be about your business. And when I look at his work is business savvy, business ready, and the presentation is good. A lot more other people gonna have to catch up. If you're trying to do the do and you ain't doing it like Majesty, then you ain't doing much. Because the way how he create them cakes and he make them things so beautiful and he make them things just look so alive. And then you go over to the shop lady and she have her nice sitting there make it look alive and dead and a dead. When I look past one look at dead cake around the corner when I want park when I want Riverside, I say no, so no can't to be compared. Me not lie, no cannot to be compared. So I sell this and I sell that. But when I look around, nothing I go on pound the shop, nothing pretty over there. I want to put out on the picture them, they see them be tangible. You see, you look at Majesty see them, and you see some of them like a picture them and put out with deep creativity and I kind of sitting, they very tangible and tan toddy. I want to say. When you look over there, so, over the shop lady over there, so when she put out her sitting them and sitting and they put a little leaf pant up, a little cherry and a little drink, it's tangible. Business for tangible and business for look decent. Not for free, half, none of this. Business is business. When you're creating good things, it is big money for it. Don't waste time. If it is free, baby, it's no value to me. So I love you, chatters. We will talk. Okay, darling. Yes. We'll talk later. All right, guys. I love y'all.